work?
It was good. What are you reading?
So you figured out where you're gonna apply yet?
Don't know. Josh and I are still talking about it.
So that's still the plan? Follow Josh to school?
You and Mom were teenage sweethearts. And don't say you had a bond.
Margot!
You want me to say we had a bond?
Yes, I do.
We had a bond!
The hardest parts of playing him were sort of any time that he was speaking sort of above my own IQ, in ways that I wouldn't normally speak, just sort of the patter of those lines and the way he delivered them. But I really liked it. It was a challenge in that he's constantly sort of nattering on and perhaps to just hear his own voice. But it's all things that he really believes. He's got many convictions. There's no sort of small details in his life. Everything's sort of an important detail.
There is no Margot without Allie, and there's no Allie without Margot. I think that's the best way to say it. They just can't be without each other, and whatever that takes and whatever suffering they have to go through, they're just going to stay together. They have to stay together, clearly from the past and also from the present, and also because of the future. They have to be together, and they have their children, and they just know that they're a stronger unit when they're together, even though they go through insane things that no family could really, withstand, but they're going to. I mean, they have no choice. They have to escape, and that's it.
His selfishness is not cruel, it's not malicious, it's because of a conviction. A lot of the times his family decide to kind of go with him because they want to believe in him. I think big dreamers who are able to sell their ideas, you really want them to succeed, because if they don't, the stakes are so high. It's why a lot of very, very smart people have mental challenges at times, in their lives. I think he's not a selfish man, he's more just a man with absolute conviction.
What did he do?
I'm sorry. Pack one bag, be ready in 10 minutes.
How much trouble are you actually in?
Enough?
Not everything can be fixed.
Of course it can. The trick is actually wanting to fix it.
None of us likes this situation.
It was really more difficult just from a production standpoint, but I really enjoyed shooting during the pandemic, because we were able to create this bubble, which really is sort of a model for what the world should have been doing had we had the resources, which is testing everyone daily, making sure everyone was safe when someone, or if someone got sick, making sure you had proper medical care So in a weird way, it made the production much easier and much more manageable, because I think production sometimes can get so overbloated with, just people and, crews. And so when you streamline that, and you simplify it, it actually is very helpful, because you go in, you work, and you get out. And I was very comforted. I was more discomforted when we left production. I wanted to go back into the bubble and sort of feel the safety of that.
The intention of the first two episodes is the setting up of who our family is and who Allie Fox is. And he's this crazy genius inventor, guy who lives out on the land. He lives away from society, very close with his family. And they all have a story to tell. They're all very separate individual people, but they live under one roof and they live alone. They don't have friends, boyfriends, girlfriends. And very quickly it becomes clear that there's a lot of questions being asked of them by the audience that don't quite add up. Why do they not have cell phones? Is that because they don't believe in the technology, or is it because they don't want to be listened in on? So it's a detective story, and that was really where I set the show, asking a lot of questions of the audience, and then as the show develops, those answers start coming in.
I kind of got to know Charlie like know how I think he would respond to each situation the more I did it. And he became a really big part of my life because it's basically like 9 hours out of my day most days. So I think it got easier for me to fully understand his psyche and what he would think in every situation and how he would respond. Obviously, I can't fully relate to everything that he goes through, but I think when there's action and storylines as crazy as what we have, it's important for me at least to just keep it grounded in what I can understand, what I can relate to. And it was really helpful that the show was so based in family, because I think that's something that most people can relate to. So just being able to really have that strong foundation that I can connect to Charlie on helps get through a lot of it.
I would hope that she can win him over at some point, and I do think there is, 10%. There's a 10% chance that she can, because at the end of the day, he has the biggest heart, and he is trying to do the best for his kids. And I think as the series progresses, there are moments where he can see what he's put her through. But ultimately, I think sometimes with most parents, he's stuck in his ways, and she's gonna have to sort of realize that and be the bigger person and grow up even more and realize that people have different opinions at the end of the day. And that's kind of what it comes down to.
I don't write the scripts, but I think with Neil, he has a very specific idea for this season on how he wants to portray this family. We have 7 hours to play with that, so it's like 3 very long films. And yeah, I think we go through enough. I don't think we could possibly go through more, to be really honest. It was just like, okay, whatever is coming next. But I love it. You see the way the power of this family gets through anything. From the kids, they're so sensational. They help the parents immensely. It's not exactly the best homeschooling, I would say, but we're survived. We know the parents survive because of their children too, and the children survive because of their parents.
Unless we do the right thing here, it will escalate.
What's about to happen might seem like imperfect parenting. This is going to be an adventure.
A bunch of fugitives are heading south to Mexico.
I had plans. Go to school, get a life. I can't just hide out with you guys forever.
What are you doing?
It's difficult to explain. I'm interested in you, if you are who I believe you to be. I don't think we feel very comfortable having this conversation.
Why are you doing this to him?
Why is he doing this to you?
Dina. Where are you guys headed?
Defiant, courageous, strong, mama bear. I don't know. Mama and bear. There you go. You got 2 words there.